see what you got going on and this, that, and third. And the next minute it's like, oh, what's that person got going on? Oh, I heard they got blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, what happened?
Yeah, when did you lose interest?
Like, when did I lose interest? But,
yeah.
but is it something I said? Is it something on my face? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
hold on. Is there something in my teeth?
Is something in my teeth? Like, that's why y'all walked away? Like, but it's, and I get that. And as a creative, I think, as a creative, one thing that I would say is, like, there's ups and downs to being, like, a creator, And it's, like, there's times where, one thing that I will say is when you came to me and was like, bro, when we gonna get new music? You don't know how much that affected me. Like, at the time, I was like, oh, bro, I got stuff. But in my head, I, like, went home and was like, damn, like, has it really been that long? And, like, you really made me be like, yo, I went to my discography on Apple Music and seen 2018, and I was like,
oh, man.
Yo, we in 2020, bro. I'm tripping. Like, I'm tripping. Like, when did, like, 2 years pass? Like, what happened, And it was like, and from that point on, that's when I started actually...
I'm getting on myself. I haven't had a release since, earlier this year. I think NWO was the last thing I dropped, or Wood Gripping with Nitro, one of them, but... I haven't put nothing out in like 6-7 months.
I haven't put, Weird, I wrote that like a year ago and I just put it out this year. And I wrote that song. And the thing is when you said that, it's like, bro, I got songs. But my thing... Yeah,
but I can only listen to Down for the Shit so many times.
No, I got songs. No, like literally, like
but up until that point, before I found the other music, that's what I found. That's what I was listening to. I was turning up to that one. You know what I'm
saying? And Down for the Shits really put that on me too, because Down for the Shits is like, Down for the Shits was a fun track. I kid you not, bro. Down for the Shits was rotin'. That goes down in history. Scuba said rotin'. Anyways, no. Written Down for the Shits was written in I would say an hour to an hour and a half between all of us as a group. Like, I was like, we were all kicking it, chilling, ha ha ha, whatever, this, that, and third.
Hey, let's go make a song.
This is when I had, and I was like, y'all trying to get on the track? Yeah. Found a couple beats. We started writing shit. That beat came up. I was like, down. And literally, the hook came right there. Like, the moment I was like, down for this shit, I'm really down for it. And everybody's like, that kind of...
Yeah, we're going to have to put... That's going to be in this video.
It should be called that blog, Down for the Shit, with Scuba. Or DFTS, but that's what happened, and that's, like, that song was fun. Now, don't get me wrong. That touched a lot of people in the wrong way. Now, you were like, that's how I turned up.
I turned up to that. Bro. That gets me excited. It gets me motivated. It doesn't make me want to, like, be violent or try to fight nobody, but it gives me, because, whatever today brings, I'm down for the shit.
For the shit.
Yes.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. You see how you got that? Mm-hmm. Okay. At the time that the song dropped, there was, some quote-unquote problems that people had.
Oh, so people took it as
it as like, oh, yeah, you ready to fight this, that, and third. No, if you listen to the hook, Down for the Shits, I'm really down for the shits. Hit me up if you need a lick, hit me up if you, like, on a trip. Like, it's basically like, if you trying to make some money and you trying to take a trip on it, bitch, I'm down for the shit.
I'm down for the shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Light it up like a fucking big. Everybody thought I said bitch. No, big like a big lighter. Like, and, like, literally, I explained myself 3 times. After that 3rd time, I'm like, why am I explaining myself?
Why am I still explaining myself?
This is my song. Bitch, if you don't like it, stop listening to it.
I figure like that. Once we put it out, you got to stand on it.
And at that point, that's what I started doing.
Yeah.
I started being like, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't, like, care what you think about my music or not. If you took a line or you took a bar and it affected you that much, maybe you needed to listen to it. Maybe you needed to hear it. Mm-hmm. Maybe if it came out of my mouth and that made you feel some type of way, maybe that's what you needed.
I feel like, man, if somebody takes something I say offensive, they need to reevaluate
themselves.
Because I'm the kind of person that if I'm telling you something because I'm trying to help you be better, not be an ass. I come off as an asshole at times, but for the most part, I'm a Virgo. That's exact. Bro, we can't help it. It's like, I'm trying to help. We want to help everybody, but we get to the point where it's like, I get to the point where I'm just like fed up. Like I can only lead the horse to the water so many times.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna drink, that's on you. I have put myself out there and spent some. That's why I got the song "Reclaiming My Time," man. I spent a lot of time putting into other people to not get the same energy back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when they get comfortable with what you're giving them, and then they expect it.
Yes. It becomes a job.
It becomes
a job.
Partner.
Yeah.
Look, I'm
and then
nice,
when you don't show up to work.
Yeah, man. They get offended. They get in their feelings, and once again, that's one of the things where it's a miscommunication. Mm-hmm. It's like I really was genuine in my help to you, but you just spit on me and like felt like none of this stuff was even. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I did was like just total waste of time. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm on this mode right now. If I feel any weird energy, you just cut the hell off. I'm not explaining anything. Yep. There's no beef. Mm-hmm. It's just that I can't move with the way you move, and I don't feel the energy. And I wish you the best, but I don't want nothing to do with you no more.
Yeah. Yeah. My thing is this. My stance on everybody is I have no beef with nobody.
Yeah, same here.
I got no beef with nobody. Wherever we left off at is where we at. Mm-hmm. That's it. Wherever you decided to be like, all right, that's exactly where
it's at.
That's it. I'm not thinking more. I'm not thinking less.
You know what I mean?
I'm not giving no energy at all. Wherever you left us at, that's exactly where I'm gonna stay. I'm not. If somebody walk on and be like, "Oh, how was you and Savage?" You know what I mean? Oh, I haven't spoken to Savage in 2 years. Y'all got beef? No. Y'all cool? I mean, when I see him, we'll probably chop it up. He's probably been busy. That's it. That's where my mind because been some other people will be like, I haven't talked to Scuba until he probably got beef with me, this, that, and third. No, I've just had a baby. I've been running around doing this, that, and third. You're not putting those two together. You're just thinking of yourself. Mm-hmm. While with me, I don't do that. I think of the broad spectrum. Because sometimes, hey, people need a hiatus. You know? Sometimes people need it. And that's okay.
I did that for 7 years. I just disappeared.
I just
disappeared for 7 years.
Trust me, mine is coming. I know mine is coming. When I disappeared,
I didn't even. What I'm doing now is not even what I wanted to do. I did not know I was going to get back involved in music and throwing parties and stuff like and doing events. Like I knew I still have the love and the passion for music itself, but going back out there and being part of, you know what I'm saying, the scene, it wasn't something that I had envisioned. Mm-hmm. Artcast, bro, like when Jerome Green and Kenny Elijah, I went to see them perform there because I know like Jerome brother, like one of my best homeboys out here. We was in barber school together. Just being back in that environment, it kind of, and then it was weird here because like I'm from Texas and like I went to events there when I first got back and the reception wasn't as welcome. Nobody knew me here, but everybody that I met that night was so welcoming. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you doing? What do you do? And I was like, well, I do a few things, but right now I'm in barber school. I'll get back to you in about a year. Yeah. And it sat in my head, just like with this studio here with Mag Music. Mondo brought me here too for their grand opening. Mm-hmm. And I met everybody that night. And I put it in the back of my head. I was like, man, when I have time for this, you know, this is my real passion. I'd love to get back in the studio. Mm-hmm. I got better at cutting. I circled back around to it. I hit Mondo up and I was like, yo, call C-Boy. See if I can come hang out in some sessions and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I just hung around and man, it just... Next thing you know, he's like, I'm just going to tell Libby you work here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, that was the first step because now I'm at the studio all the time and I'm meeting all the artists that come here. Yeah. All the artists from around here and then I'm learning about events. And you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, I'm out on the sound. We're focused. Like, I seen you before. I know you did it about a year ago. Oh, yeah. Then it just, man, I just freaking just sunk right back into it like it was no time had passed. And I was like, hold on, how the hell we get here? Yeah. Like, how did we get, I'm hanging out with, dude, I'm telling you, man, like, just this community here, there's numbers in my phone that I get excited when I see people's name call my phone. I'm like, dude, he's calling me, and then I think to myself, like, yeah, y'all like on the same level, dog. Like,
yeah.
Why you be capping on yourself like that? Like you ain't what you. And I'll be like, because I try to remain humble. Yeah. I don't feel I'm bigger than anyone. Mm-hmm. There's cats out here that look up to me that I don't know until they tell me, but I look up to them. Yeah. And it's like, age don't mean nothing to me. Mm-hmm. It's the person's maturity and you know what I'm saying? What they're doing and the level of how they're achieving it. Like, man, there's cats out here, and I'm not going to say no names because then people are going to be like, focus on favoritism. Yeah. It's not. I love everybody that I work with out here, but there's a few guys that are man, working at a higher level. Mm-hmm. They working at a higher level. Yeah. And if you not on that level, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't give you that kind of energy, but keep grinding. Yeah. Don't give up. Keep grinding.
And this is my thing. If you don't personally have the skill set, you know what I mean? Like, for example, sound engineering wise, like I know how to sound engineer. Okay. I taught myself how to sound engineer. Okay. Literally, bro. I sat in front of my computer. I downloaded Audacity first, which is like everybody's.
Bro, man, I got songs.
I'm telling you, I got some horrible tracks on my phone right now. I can play and you be like, well,
man, hold on, man.
And on Audacity, like I recorded on Audacity. From that point, bro, I went from Audacity straight into downloading a cracked version of Pro Tools.
Oh, see, I'm from back in the man. We was on Cubase and.
Oh no! See, I didn't. I literally, I did the research. Vegas. I quit. No, I'm not gonna lie. I was about to do that too, but then when I did my research and it was like, oh, the music industry is Pro Tools. Yep. I was like, okay, I'm gonna cut. Logic. I'm gonna cut because Logic was the other one I was gonna do. But I was like, no, if I can find a cracked version of Pro Tools, I'm gonna do it. So I did. I'm the worst. I'm talking about. We could be recording a whole track and that bitch just crashed and a whole thing gone. Oh man! It was I dealt with that for like 2 years, and
just losing whole songs.
Not on purpose, but I'm saying like with it crashing, having problems here and there, this, that, and third, and I up until the point where I was like, okay, like I'm starting to figure out my sound, what I sound like, the plugins. What do you need to buy this? The right type of mics, you know what I mean? What, and I taught myself all that. Just basically off of the motivation of myself. Because I would literally, bro, I can tell you, bro, for hours, I would play my song, play a famous song. Play my song.
Until it starts to sound.
Sound starts and not even on the sound, but even lyrically. Does my lyrics come good enough to this? Was I on the right tempo? Does this flow? Does this make you do this? Or would it make you do this? Like, I literally go through all those things. And in the process of doing that, like, I learned that, like, that's what makes you different from everybody else. You get what I mean?
You took extra that time.
Step. Yep. And that's what I would tell everybody. Oh, I want to learn how to sound engineer like this person. If you can't reach out to that person, or that person, you reach out to them, they won't help you, or this, that, and third, hey, sit down
and learn yourself
and motivate, like find that motivation, like, yo, I can do that. I can be that person.
That's kind of what I did with Premiere. I didn't know nothing about no video, and then, bro, I took photographs. I did photography in school. Yes. Back when we had dark rooms. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I developed film.
And that's a skill. And then I
quit it. And then I decided to step back in, and we're in this digital age. Yeah. There's no more film. It's all on the memory card. It's so much easier. Like, I was like, oh, okay, we'll figure this out. Video, man, I want to make movies. Yeah. So you got to start somewhere. Yeah. Commercials, little snippets. Yeah. I picked up Premiere, man. At first, my homeboy tried to get me on freaking Final Cut. Yeah. I just don't like the way the layout is. Okay. For some reason, I just couldn't get into it. Mm-hmm. Opened up Premiere and I was like, oh, okay, this goes here. Boom, that's it. Boom,
you boom. Photoshop?
I do Photoshop. That's what my actual. I went to Full Sail. Gotcha. I have a bachelor's of science in graphic and web design.
Gotcha. So that's why Premiere worked better for you.
Because the layout, it's an Adobe program, and the layout and everything looked just, you know what I'm saying, it felt like Photoshop when I was doing what I was doing. But they gave us a basic course when I was in Full Sail, but it wasn't in depth.
Yeah.
You know, they gave us the beginnings of Premiere, and we did more Final Cut then, but it was basic. You know what I'm saying?
Because my Final Cut just went good, like probably like 4 or 5, maybe like 10 years now.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
But Premiere for some reason I just slid right into it, and it just became, it got easier the more and more I used it.
Yeah.
And then, man, let's not even talk about things I didn't know that I learned from Nitro, bro. Like color grading and color correction.
Nitro's been in the area for a bit. Like,
Nitro.
And that's what I would say, like, people like him and a couple of the old cats in this area just are, you know, what I say to them is like, y'all have like this representation. Like, you guys have been doing this for so long, and it's like a lot of people could learn from that, because now it's so saturated.
It is.
Like when Nitro was doing it was like
he said it was
3
like
other videographers out here.
Yep, he told me.
You get what I mean? Like when Nitro did, I picked up off of watching Nitro and somebody, I can't remember their name, but I picked up because I did video work as skits when I first started off. Like, I did YouTube skits with my friends, and that was going viral in this, that, and third. From me doing research on how to become, like, YouTube famous, I started going into a bunch of YouTube videos, and then I was like, oh, shit, like, I want to start making movies. You know? Like, and that's what motivated that. So that's where my motivation came from. So every time I picked up that camera, I was like, yo, this is just a step closer
to what
for
I
me
really
getting
want to do.
exactly. So, and it's like, that's what I want to push. Like, listen, I always tell people, I ain't shit. Like, you was like, oh, how did you make that Rage Plus video? Like, listen, hard work and just
the way you made that thing look like we was in that bit jumping.
And bro, and the thing
and
is,
it turned out.
Oh, let me go back to that. I didn't even go into that.
Oh, shit.
Okay, all right. Let me just go into that. What I was saying about this area specifically in our area is we need more dedication. Like, you get what I mean? Like, what I mean is, if you go to Miami and you say you're having a music video and you say, hey, ladies, I need y'all to dance. Every lady
in that building
is gonna
shake some ass.
It's not even shaking ass. They're gonna dance. They're gonna turn up. If you say, fellas, I need y'all to stand up and want to do this, bet, because they know this is for the footage. And this is important. This is for the film. Regardless if you're getting paid, regardless if you just came out here to have fun, guess what? At the end of it, that's what it's here for. But everybody has, like, and I could see it, like, on everybody's face that night. Everybody kept looking at me like, how you gonna make this video, like, look good? What you gonna do?
You felt that?
That's how I felt. And it was like, all right, I'm already missing a lot of people that wasn't supposed to be here. Yeah, man, this is supposed to be a party scene, and it was more that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And I didn't get, like, more than half of that. So it was like, but instead of, like, hey, if stuff mishaps, let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. And I like how you directed that and made that happen.
And that's what I had to do, like, because at the end of the day, it's like, I have a job. And my job is to make sure that the client is happy. Like, genuinely. And with Jasmine specifically, shout out to him, I told him, like, 1,000,000 times over, yo, if you're not satisfied with this, we could reshoot this. Like, that's not a problem. Like, I'm not one of those cocky people to be like, this
is what you get.
This is what you get. Move on.
No, I'm down to put the time in.
I'm down to make your creation, whatever you had in your head, get, like, out. Like, and I would say a music video that I did a couple years back, when it was, like, during the whole George Floyd situation or whatever. And I shot a video then. And when I did that video, the vision that we literally had, like, I had verse by verse, literally, already, like, yeah, this is how it's going to play.
This is how it's going to play.
This is how it's going to play.
The whole storyboard.
This is what it's going to do. And at the end, even I told myself, this is it. I snapped. Is this good enough? If he would have told me no, scratch it, let's redo it. I've done that before. I've had a video.
I have one like that right now sitting in the chamber where we shot the footage. He paid me already. I could not make that video look like what he wanted to.
Yeah. And see,
and I'm like, no, when all the situations is right, we will reshoot this thing. But I'm on your retainer.
Yeah.
When we get all the elements that we need to make this thing look the way it's supposed to, then you have my time and my dedication and go back out here and do this. But with what we have right now, I'm not gonna even put my name on that. What we do.
Yeah. And
it's a lot of sleepless nights. It's a lot of crying.
Yeah.
Sitting in the bathroom on the floor.
I'm
just like, what the fuck, bro?
I've had one moment. One of the scariest moments. This is when I started taking mental health very seriously. It was one time I passed out. Like, I was standing up, talking to my wife, this, that, and third, and we were just talking. And I remember, and I know exactly what happened. Like, I knew, like, at the time I had a client that I was working for in Stewart, and I was living in Fort Pierce. And if anybody knows, that drive is like a good 45 minutes.
Yeah. And
it was a situation that happened at the spot, and I had just left Stewart. So right when I pulled up, and I get home, and I'm like chilling with my wife, and then, just start doing my thing, and boom, I get a call. Hey, we need da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, I'm already home. Like, I'm gonna need we need you, like, in the next 10 minutes. I'm like, well, I can't do that. And I'm like, well, let me call my partner. He should be closer to me. He should be able to, like, he has all access to the equipment. He'll be able to, whatever. So, boom, I call him, and it's a whole situation. Like, he's not picking up, and it's this whole problem. And at this point, I, like, end up calling the client back and be like, hey, you guys are going to have to wait. I'm sorry, but it's going to take me like at least 45 minutes to an hour. And I'm like, he's like, okay, this time, third, we don't know. We're going to talk to you when you get here. So, bro, I hung up the phone, and I'm kind of like, okay, and I'm talking to my wife. She's like, it's okay. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And, like, honestly, like, being a Virgo, you know how it is. We try to act like we tough.
Like, it's okay, but inside your head, you got the turmoil.
There's a million things
going on. Like, man, this that bullshit.
What the fuck? I'm scratching my head, and, like,
we gonna go do it, but we gonna complain about this shit the whole way.
Yeah. Like, exactly. So, I promise you, bro, I go to, like, and I'm not cockeyed. I got my eyes are straight. But I promise you, like, I went to turn, and I felt like one eyelid just stay here. And I, like, went like this, and I'm like, oh. And I just fell. Like, I literally just fell. Like, I, like, fell. There was a drawer, and I, like, hit my head against the drawer. And my wife, like, immediately was like, oh, my God, like, what's wrong? Are you okay? Like, and I'm like, I'm in cold sweats. Like, I'm like, I don't know what's going on, like, this, that, and third. Now, I was having an anxiety attack.
Oh, man.
And the only time I've had an anxiety attack before this was around the time. Well, I had the first time I got an anxiety attack was around the time my mom was alive and she was sick, and I was going through that. So immediately when I hit the ground and I was like sitting there, I started thinking about that. Why, like, am I having an anxiety attack because of that? But my mom had already passed, so I'm like, am I having an anxiety attack because of that? But it's like, no, it was literally because my mind was running so crazy. And, like, even after, and what, like, just to kind of end the story off is, like, I ended up not even being able to go to the client. Like, and God knows why, but literally, there was an accident that happened on, like, US 1, and, like, I could not get out of the city. Like, I don't know what it was, but I could not get out of the city. Like, literally, I got stuck in the traffic jam.
Sometimes...
And it was like...
Things work out and happen the way they're supposed to.
They're supposed to, And, like...
I've had them times where you've been hindered because, I'm always in a hurry.
Yeah.
I be in such a hurry, bro. All the time, be frazzled as hell. Yeah. And then the brain get to going 100 miles an hour, and then the insecurities pop up for no reason. Like, calm down. We just going to take some pictures of some trees. Yeah. Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, what are you going through?
What are you... Yeah. And, bro, that anxiety get to peaking up, and...
It's bad.
It gets bad. It gets bad at times. Like, there's been, like I said, moments where I have not left my house for weeks at a time. My phone ringing, people calling me.
You know what's the thing that I want to say? That's not a problem, though. We've made that a problem. Oh, when I stay home, it's an issue.
When I'm at home...
No, I get what you're trying to say. Like, you're like, in a sense of... But I hear, like, because me, like, a lot
sometimes
of people...
we just need to sit the hell down somewhere.
Sit down. And sometimes when you sit down somewhere, you find... And I don't mean to cut you off, but just to say, like, when I'm going through my mental state, staying home is the best thing for me to do. And take care of...
It allows you to read.
My people. Like, the people that are around me. You get what I mean? Like, when I'm like, oh my God, like, I can't go out. And it's like, like, I'm in that place. Yo, when I'm chilling with my kids, when I'm with my wife, when we go do something, that revitalizes me. Like, it makes me feel better.
That recharge.
Yeah, it gives, exactly. It gives me a recharge to be like, okay, I'm doing this because I want more moments of these with my kids, with my wife, with this, so I can continue doing this.
Yeah.
But, like, we all need that recharge. That moment you need that recharge, a lot of people take that recharge as, oh, you slowing down, oh, you got a problem, this, that, third. No, everybody needs a break.
I just need to take a break. I can only go, and this is one of the things I had to learn myself, man. I would stay awake 3-4 days at a time, just grinding. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, no, I'm fine. In my head, I'm like, dude.
You're tired.
You're tired. No, I still got more stuff to do. I can get this done. Yeah, people on the outside see that I'm productive as hell, but the struggle is real. Yeah. And then I went through about a time where I had insomnia, so I couldn't sleep. Mm-hmm. Then, man, it just, it is a pain in the butt. But yeah, you gotta take that time to recharge. For me, it's the beach. I love living in Florida. Yeah. This is the one place I said I'd never live. And look at me just here becoming a Floridian. I'm saying words like jit. Bro, I go back home to Texas and my people be like, nah, you cancel, dog. Yeah. But they canceling me.
We don't talk like that.
We don't talk like that here. But
my place I've learned, and to be honest, and I want you to hear something. Like, so we don't have to do that on the video, but is literally late night beats. And it's so weird. Like, people, and that's why the first thing I said to you is, you stay up late nights. Mm-hmm. I connect with people like that. Yeah. Because if I know, like, bro, I'd be up 3-4 o'clock in the morning. If I message you and you message me back, I'm like, me and you got this.
Yeah, that's my dog.
You know, because it's like, what you want? And I always ask people who are up with me.
And see, now at this point, though, since I got, like, started having to take better care of my body and stuff, if I'm not doing anything, I'm sleeping 9:30, 10. Yeah. But if I have something to do, I can still go 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And
me, see, I sleep early too because, you know, I be having stuff to do during the day. Mm-hmm. But when I have those moments that I need it, my body will force it. Like, I will somehow, bro, I will go to sleep at 6.
If the sun is up,
and then wake
it ain't
up.
Happening.
No, what I mean is, like, I'll go to sleep at 6. And that's a horrible time.
Oh, yeah. Then you wake up at 10:30, 11 o'clock, and you're up all night to the next day, everything. Yes. I hate those.
Exactly. And what I'm saying is my body will, it's a requirement. Like, because the thing is I'm like a clock. My mind will, I always wake up at 7. Always. And I'm guilty of Saturday morning cartoons in school. I always woke up, when I was a kid, I always woke up at 7. Man, for school.
I was that late one. Only recently, since 35, do I now get up at 6, 7 a.m. Yeah. I am up every morning now at 6 a.m. outside riding my skateboard. Yeah. For 2.5 months now. Mm-hmm. Every single day.
That's good, though. That's good. And I tell everybody, people who don't like to wake up early, I'm like, you missing.
Bro, I was one of those people. Now I realize, bro, I got more stuff done by 10:30, 11.
But exactly.
Then I was usually getting done in my whole damn day. Clients hit me up later in the day, be like, oh, yeah, we transferred that to you 6 hours ago. Yeah. Did you not check your email?
You're like, oh, it's not. Like, that's why, like, with me, it's like, that's why I said to you when we first came, I know you stay up late nights. Yeah. And it's like, and it's because to you, hey, you could be asleep, you could be doing this, but no, whatever you're motivated on, whatever is pushing you to that next level, you're not sleeping until you get it done. Till you get it done. And that's a determination.
And you don't know how difficult it's going to be for me to walk away from what I was working on before you got here. I got stuff to go do too. And I'm like, it's going to be difficult for me to actually walk away from that because I actually opened up the project. Yeah. I started adding elements in there.
Trust me.
Now I get to save it. But the fact of the matter
going
is,
back to it is like and finding that same juice
that I had to get it going in the first place. I have to, when I start something, I have to be able to have that time to just sit down and this is what I'm doing right now. And I'm not moving or doing anything else. I'm done. Yeah. I'll get up, grab my bong, take smoke breaks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Walk around, play with the dog, go walk the dog. But I'm coming right back to it with the refreshment. It's like hitting the refresh page on your Google. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So reset them cookies and that cash. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But all right, Scuba, man. I appreciate you coming to sit down with me today, dog. We're gonna have to do this more because man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah, man. I'm just to tell everybody, I want to start a podcast. It's a thought. I have a million things that I want to try. So that's the reason why, like when you even said this, I was like, oh, this is dope. Like, you know, I can see, you know, but ideally I want to do a podcast and I want to infuse, like, cause I'm a gamer. I'm a big gamer. So I want to do like a podcast where, you know, we playing games and we talk about real life shit.
You might want to get with my other engineer here, man. He got the whole room in there set up for some gaming, and I think that's something he'd be interested in. Hey, I'm down. So I'll link you with him.
Yeah, I'm down. But yeah, man. So just be on the lookout. Scuba the artist, Focus Savage. I appreciate you calling me out here, man.
This was an honor.
I might have to go skateboarding with you on one of your vlog episodes.
Hey, this is one of the vlog episodes, so we're gonna have Scuba back for 2 episodes.
I haven't skateboarded since I was 6.
For real?
And that's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, no, man. Look,
that's gonna be funny.
Look, we got the boards outside right now. We out.
Oh, no, I'm good.